request that this is something that can be planned, and we are sure we can still plan for it. We really want to appreciate, and as local people, we want to own, this is our own. We want to make sure that we work together, we protect what is put here, and make sure that even expand. You've been informed that more land was given to them. So as a city, we really appreciate development, and we want to make sure that with the good governance in this country, we'll be able to do things. And no wonder that His Excellency is saying, term no sleep, and the corruption free. So we want to pledge our commitment that we are going to work together with the government. We are going to work together with this center to make sure that we grow, but also transform the region. I want to thank you, and I say this for God and my country.
Thank you very much. At this moment, Your Excellency, allow me to ask the relevant officers in respect to the protocol of the Umukuka to help us, because it's the moment to hear from Umukuka. So the protocol officer, please. Yes. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Umukuka wa Bukisubi bamasaba umenye wangale umukuka bona Vice President we linambo witsile atwera abiteho wena we ubiteho nukaka kano ushuse muni mitibili kubanga babusanira babitsu kulubowo baliyoniye babandi bambe mwinambo basinde bahingira zimbaluta ibana ulira lulumo leso kukani hata era nukani hakono ushusemo no sabe kuka masaba salamu umbu yani wanale kulitsisolo tese barereretse fo masaba romali ngoba yatimbwa ngaluisi kalitala zikabatala nditarura tatie mutoto takana kumusi mukona barwa nifu yatali atawe ubiteho umenyo wangale shiho ngoshi ukanihira abwene suikaye.
Yes, Your Excellency Toto Jessica Lupo, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, and our chief guest today, the honorable ministers present, and more especially the new ones, my daughter Lydia and the State Minister for Tourism, the district leaders who are here, the chairman of the board of UWA, religious leaders present, the garant conservationists who are here, Mlembe Nabi. Your Excellency, before I delve into a core of my remarks today, permit me to take this golden opportunity on behalf of the people of Bugisu region and all stakeholders present to extend our warmest and most heartfelt congratulations to you. Your recent reappointment to the high office of the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda is a resounding endorsement of your exceptional leadership, humility, and dedication to the public service. We in Eastern Uganda feel a deep sense of pride seeing you grace this historic occasion as our guest of honor and as a daughter of the soil. Your commitment to national transformation, rural empowerment, and environmental sustainability has been evident throughout your occupation. Your presence here, Your Excellency, today signals to the entire country that conservation is not a secondary issue. It is a frontline pillar of our national development agenda. We pray that the Almighty God continues to grant you wisdom and excellent health as you serve your motherland. Your Excellency, today we are witnessing history in the making. For over 6 decades, whenever anyone in Uganda talked about wildlife education, rescue, or rehabilitation, there was only one geographical location that came to mind, Entebbe. For the student of Buko, for the researcher of Kotido, for the community member of Busia, and the entrepreneur here in Mbale, the treasures of conservation education were locked behind hundreds of kilometers of travel. The cost, the time, and the distance created an invisible barrier between our people and their natural heritage. Today, the barrier has been permanently shattered. We owe an immense debt of gratitude to the Uganda Wildlife Authority, and more particularly Uwec, which initiated this move. And in the same vein, I want to take special thanks to David Musingo, whom I kept on consulting on this issue, and the government of Uganda under the visionary leadership of His Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. The President's strategic vision for this country has always been built on regional equity, wealth creation, and the sustainable exploitation of our resources. Your Excellency, by establishing this regional satellite wildlife education center right here in Mbale, the government has brought the wealth of the wild to the doorstep of Eastern Uganda. We must thank government for that. This is not just a localized project. It is a grand national initiative. Decentralizing conservation education means we are democratizing knowledge in Uganda. We are ensuring that the child of a peasant farmer in the foothills of Mount Elgon can walk into a world-class facility, look into the eyes of our majestic wildlife, and understand their role in ecosystem without needing a budget for a cross-country trip. This is commendable. This center will bridge a massive historic gap. It will transform Mbale City into an ultimate hub for conservation learning, wildlife rescue, scientific research, ecotourism, and community recreation for the entire eastern region and neighboring areas. Distinguished guests who are here, let us be ambitious and realistic about what this facility represents. Mbale was elevated to a city status to become a center of commerce, culture, and innovation. With the launch of the Satellite Wildlife Center, I can confidently, as a cultural leader, tell you that the hospitality and tourism landscape of Mbale City will never be the same again. Tourism is one of the Uganda's highest foreign exchange earners, but for a long time, the Eastern Circuit was often viewed primarily through the lens of adventure tourism, climbing Mount Elgon or visiting the majestic Sib Falls. This facility adds a crucial missing layer: the family tourism, the educational tourism, and an urban ecotourism. Think about the ripple effect this facility will have on our local economy. Your Excellency, the hospitality industry, they mentioned about it. The hotelier guest houses, the homestays will experience an influx of over the weekends from travelers, school-going children, international researchers, booking accommodation. Another area is service sector. Restaurants are going and the caves are going to flourish. Transport sector, local tour guides are going to get jobs here. Then our local artisans, the youth and the women who make crafts, cultural regalia, and so on, will find a brand new, highly concentrated marketplace right here in this center. This center is an economic engine marked by a wildlife sanctuary. Your Excellency, I therefore call upon the private sector in Mbale and across eastern Uganda to aggressively position themselves, upgrade your services, expand your hotel capacities, build creative tour packages that link this center to Mount Elgon National Park, and let us show the world that they legacy the hospitality of the Eastern. Your Excellency, as we celebrate this modern facility, we must remember that true conservation cannot succeed if it is divorced from culture of the people who live along the wildlife. In the Bugisu Kingdom, our relationship with nature is deeply rooted, as my chairman, LC5, of Mbale said, in our tradition, our folklore, and our identity. We do not just look at animals as biological specimens. We look at them as part of our due to the habitat loss. Tied directly to our cultural heritage. For generations, the beautiful flowing skin of the calabash monkey has been highly sought after components of the unbreakable cultural tradition, while simultaneously ensuring that we do not drive a precious endangered species into total extinction. True leadership demands that we do not choose one over the other. Instead, we must innovate to save both. I am incredibly proud to announce to Your Excellency today that I am spearheading an innovative partnership aimed at directly conservation of the calabash monkey in Elgon zone. We have already designed and written a comprehensive project proposal seeking strategic and financial support to fabricate high-quality synthetic replica of a calabash monkey skin. This is a game-changing solution to our culture. By manufacturing realistic, durable, and culturally respectful fabricated skins, we can achieve two vital goals. We will completely eliminate the market demand for poaching the live calabash monkey, allowing the population in Mount Elgon to recover and thrive. We will fully preserve, protect, and celebrate our cultural dances and ceremonies, ensuring our children can wear the traditional regalia with pride, knowing that no animal had to breed for their culture. I formally present this vision to Uganda Wildlife Authority and our international conservation partners here today. Let us back this proposal. Let us make Elgon Zone a global blueprint for how modern conservation science can work hand in hand with African cultural preservation. As I draw to conclude, I want to speak directly to our local communities and our teachers, our parents, and most importantly, our vibrant youth. This beautiful facility belongs to you. It is your laboratory, your sanctuary, and your pride. Do not let these cages and pathways remain quiet. Let our schools organize weekly field trips here. Let our universities use this space to conduct groundbreaking research on wildlife diseases, animal behavior, and ecological restoration. Let our families choose this center as their preferred weekend destination for recreation and bonding. When we teach a child to respect an animal, we are teaching that child to respect life. When we educate a community on how to coexist with wildlife, we are building a sustainable future where human progress does not mean environmental destruction. Once again, let me take this opportunity to thank Uwec for giving us this opportunity of having, I think, the second of this center in Uganda. Your Excellency Toto Jessica Lupo, thank you for having Bugisu. You have always been with us. Thank you so much for coming to launch this new dawn for Eastern Uganda. Let us march forward into a future of thriving tourism, vibrant culture, robust economic growth, and absolute environmental stewardship. I thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the words of wisdom, the words of guidance, and for the proposals. Brilliant proposals made there, and we really thank you, Your Excellency. When the chairman, the Uwec Board of Trustees was making his remarks, and even the executive director, they did allude to the fact that the President of the Republic of Uganda is #1 honorary wildlife officer. Allow me now introduce to you the chairman of the honorary wildlife officers of Uganda, and this is none other than Captain Emily Otekat. Yes, that is the chairman of the honorary wildlife officers of Uganda. A very strong conservationist. Allow me also notify you, Your Excellency, that Uganda Wildlife Authority has a television station, and as I speak, this event is live on Uwec TV. So we even have an online audience globally who are following the events that are happening here today. At this moment, I would like to invite the Minister of State for Public Service, Honorable Lydia Wanyoto, to come speak to us. And also, I request you also, after your speech, to invite the Minister of State for Tourism. Thank you.
Balebe weru mulayi era zindalo zosi era niyo zimbeera zeewe. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, and a friend and a daughter of Bugisu Sub-Region, my sister Honorable, she's also a Member of Parliament for Katakwi. Ama yuki na mukubireko mukon. Apulie wa Vice President, niba balebe febe Katakwi bamwisayo nga MP, and she was unopposed. Mukubireko mukon. My sister Honorable Susan Nakauchi, Minister of State for Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, but also Member of Parliament. My colleagues, if you're a Member of Parliament and you're in the audience, please come and join me so that we recognize you. Balebe ba MP baliano ni mwezi. Babu Muguga Numukuku, Mwanyala Kweza, Amai Mayor Mbale City, my Joyce Matuka Kidulu. I would like to start by requesting my brother to...
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Your Excellency, the Vice President of Uganda. I request to write on the protocol already established. My name is Wokuri Joffrey. I represent the people of Ungoko South, Mbale District, just a few kilometers on your left. Actually, I was supposed to invite Mai because the area MP had tasked me to warmly welcome Her Excellency the Vice President and the entourage and all dignitaries, Honorable Karim Masaba, and he told me, Mama, Your Excellency, that is on the way. He had an appointment with the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker. He's likely to get us at the end. So he said, step in and kindly welcome her. Then Your Excellency, he left. I am having his reported speech. He said, request Mama, first appreciate, convey my apologies to Mama. Request her to convey his appreciation to the President and the Republic of Uganda for really giving us the opportunity to have this institution in Eastern Uganda and more so Mbale City. Then he told me that whoever enters this gate from Monday next week and he pays some entrance fee will be a tourist, will be regarded as a tourist. He requested me to convey his request to you that there is a road called the Mutoto Road, just a few meters on your left. It's a cultural road, and that if it is worked on, it even passes across, and there's a scenery up there. We have some falls on hills there that it can do best for our tourists. Then lastly, he said that if there is a way, when opportunities come for recruitment, that if you can, the management can ring fence some 3 to 4 positions for the communities surrounding the game reserve. It will work so well as a point of reference when we are sensitizing the community around about the relevance of the institution. And finally, Madam Vice President, we still among the challenges outlined by the authority was shortage of land. But there is still a challenge in demarcation, especially Mateligon Reserve, demarcation of the game reserve and their community. We request that you intervene such that demarcation is properly made for harmonious living between the institution and the community around. I beg to end there. Thank you for coming. Please, all of dignitaries, we thank you. I remain Wokuri Joffrey, area member of Parliament for Bungoho South, not here. He is the Karim Masaba. And receive my senior,
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the Vice President, and the Ministers of State here present, my daughter, Honorable Nakaoki, and my little sister, Lydia Wanyoto here. Before I say anything, let me take this opportunity to congratulate you heartily, Your Excellency, for the return to that position where you are. That is a sign of trust from the President, the fountain of honor. As women, we are really grateful to the President for considering the women folk and giving us that post. It's not yours alone. It is for all of us women. And thank you for working so hard that you deserved that rebounding. We are very, very grateful. I want to congratulate my daughter and my sister here. Zbagisu, bale ba masaba, kupireho mkhana wefe mohon, Lydia Wanyot. Wahupali yombo. Mwesitsa na humubiteho, urarambe chimirimo chewe bulayi. Nuwasi Simon Mulongo narebo salia notefana ne khusime nabi president khuwa bufo bobo ne khusabe khuringa bamasaba nafe akhwe kufa kubofu so that Bugisu can resound. We welcome you to this place. We want to thank UWA for giving us this center. Madam VP, we have been really hungry for wildlife center here. as the chairman of LC5 said, people have been traveling, the teachers have been taking children down long distances, but now here we are grateful for this venture having been brought to us. I don't want to be to make my speech long, but we also, I'm appealing to teachers, my fellow teachers. Instead of rushing to Entebbe, where, now we are here at home. Wildlife is here. I remember there was a time when they asked a British child where they get the milk from. She said they got it from a bottle because the milkman used to put milk in the bottle through the window. So when they asked the child where milk comes from, she said from a bottle. Now our people children have been traveling there. They had never seen an elephant. They've never
And the national program and infrastructure delivered for our community. But while on that, Your Excellency, Bugisu elected 25 members of parliament from our area. But today, we are 28. So I would like you to know that we appreciate the additional 3. And the additional 3, one of them is Honorable Simon Mulongo. He's now an ex-official. He took oath yesterday. So, Bamasaba, Mwangalaba, MPD Abiri Mutano, Bebugisu. The government, the president, the Kubora Mai vice president, that we have an additional 3. Honorable Simon Mulongo is now a member of parliament, ex-official minister, so he's an additional member. And the other 2, your friends, the UPDF, 2 UPDF members who come from here. I'm saying this because while the Uganda Wildlife invited us formally, Madam, you also mobilized us to come. General Goni made sure that each one of us got a personal phone call to come and receive you, and he has sent his apologies. He's one of us now because also a member of parliament representing the UPDF. He's from Sironko district, and Christine Nekesa, Kano Nekesa, is from Namisindwa. Some people forget, but a very, very important contribution to our community and to the national infrastructure of leadership. So we want to thank you. Our team is bigger than before, and we commit to work. And the 3 of us are representing the others who have not come. For example, I'm an MP here, but Honorable Karima Saba, he had an appointment, but he's also been elected today. He's now the new chairman of the sports team of Parliament of Uganda. While he's on the way, but he had to stay and get that done through the Deputy Speaker. But I brought his message with my colleague. Honorable Umar Nangoli, they had also their own program because at Parliament, we also have the parliamentary Muslim community. They're also trying to inaugurate their leaderships. But 3 of us have represented our colleagues to receive the Vice President and to attend this function. I'd also want to, Your Excellency, I want to appreciate the decision of government and your physical presence for having given us as a community to host the Mbale Wildlife Conservation Education Center here in Mbale City. We cannot take this for granted. I want to appreciate lifting because it's an important infrastructure to our young city. It is going to give us jobs. It is going to give us visibility. You've had, we already have live TV. We are already on air. It's going to give us ownership. And it's also going to give us job opportunities and a vital installation as a facility of government. These are very important installments or installations in a country and in our city. Your Excellency, in the past few months, our community received firm support from government by compensating 2 historical families. Before independence, we had families of Kakunguru and the families of Undaula who came and took up this community land and ownership because they were the leaders pre-independence. So for all these years, for the last 62 years and beyond, many of the residents here have been living partially, with partial ownership. They have been leasing 1 year, 2 years on land. And only in the state where I'm a member of parliament, it was 4 square miles. Your Excellency, 4 square miles in a city, we are not in a category where there is a lot of land, but 4 square miles in a city in an area like this one is a lot of land because we have small scale land holdings. So I want to request you, as you go back to His Excellency, please let him know that we appreciate the compensation of the Kakungulu family and Andawula family. Government has allocated 79 billion to those families, and Your Excellency, half of it has already been paid. So that has a multiplier effect in our city. And the government has also instructed directive for those who are already owning some of these lands partially to receive titles. So there will be a ceremony soon through the Ministry of Lands to come and give up for the first time for the 3rd generation to receive titles in Mbale State for the 4 square miles. And this speaks to now people to begin having real parish model enterprises. Before they were having it temporary. People have received the money, the 4th batch came, but they could not make real enterprises or even be able to do the work we see you doing in your areas like that because of land ownership. So government has helped our people to redefine the ownership of land here, to now enjoy the parish model support and to have real enterprises. We cannot take this for granted, the issue of land compensation and people settling in to begin real development and be able to own their land in their names, but also for their great, putting up permanent structures and for their great homes. Your Excellency, they are now going to begin entering productive enterprises because of that land ownership question and owning titles. And this is in a space of 4 square miles within the city. Your Excellency, let me just list 4 issues which are on the table that I know you'll give me chance to present in the cabinet as our chair, representing His Excellency whenever you chair the cabinet. The issue on the table now is public university for Vugisu zone. Your Excellency, I know that you are going to support this with your heart and passion because of your history having been a minister for education and supporting the same sector in your capacity. Our neighbors in Uwec, they have a public university. Our neighbors in Teso have theirs running. It is just Vugisu and Sebei remaining. We will appreciate because even this financial year, Karamoja have received their seed funding for the university. I must say that our people are willing and are already in the process of providing the land for a public university for Vugisu. Your Excellency, we are requesting for an additional skilling center. We appreciate the skilling center in Rukonje, in Mbale district, but even you know that we are a very populated community. We have challenges of mudslides. We have a bulging youth in the city and an industrial park that is up and running. They've sent us to request for an additional skilling center for young people next to the industrial park here in Mbale. The third one is to request to support us that let Mbale also be the first pilot project for a local cost housing estate near the industrial park. This is going to solve the issue of security for the young people who work in shifts, and we have many because over 12,000 young people now working in industrial. You have been in industrial before. We are lacking organized housing systems that is going to also to save our people from going back to areas that are risky during the rain season. The final one, like my mayor has said, we want to improve the city infrastructure by supporting us to boost with us an airstrip that is not only going to boost transport, this being a regional city at the international border, but also boost tourism. I would like to conclude my remarks by thanking Mwanyala Bikweza, Vale Mwanyala Kweza, Babu Muguga Numuku Mwanyala Kweza Kwaganira Vice President, Mwanyala Nabikua Kwaganira Education Center, IFA Wildlife, Ministry of Tourism, thank you so much for finding Mbale the best place to give a center. We will support every effort as leaders, but also as a community. We welcome the income that comes with this facility. We welcome the job opportunities. We welcome the visibility, and we welcome the support towards building our city so that it can move. Your Excellency, what is remaining now is for us to move and produce a state master plan that is anchored on real fiscal plans and grow our city to the standards to which to achieve. To congratulate you as I conclude, I heard you thanking the President for appointing us on our behalf and saying that when people are preparing to look for their priests and their prayer warriors, they release the list. But for people of Bugisu, and I want to speak from the bottom of my heart, they began praying for you ahead of time. For some reason, the people of Bugisu believe that you are one of us, you love us, you are always with us. For every function that you are invited or you represent the President, you come in person. So everybody had this feeling that you should retain this position so that you come. And indeed, you have come. This is one of the first functions you've attended since you were reappointed the Vice President. So we congratulate you, and we want to say that we are going to emulate your good work and be able to provide leadership under your guidance as our leader, the Vice President. Ngana kuba sima kuno mbela na bapa wa Minister of State for Public Service, ni kuba MP wenye mwanya la kupa kalu. This is my area. Mwanya la kupa kalu. Na so kanaba big sister, ila onaba small sister kalu katafua kayaniwa na nyine nabile ko big sister. So mwanya la nabikupa kalu mini muna kola atenza kola ni bachasi. We are kwa angale honorable Wakoli Godfrey kuba chairman wefe wa Bugisu Parliamentary Group. Kuli we are 28 kuli abili mumunana mini muku nakola pa ochinaku kasada. So I wanted to speak so that they can also pick the local vibe, but also invite the sector minister, Minister of State for Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, Honorable Susan Nakauchi, eza abake seko ni alange my Vice President, amayo kina mukubireko mukono na yeba mwangali wa MP, MP ne ate muzeina yamuna wa Minister tetera kuza kutambira adwera. Kwa kwenyaire ugandike rugi sikumwe mbona afuna na mwena masava. They've given you a name from Bugisu. From today onwards, because of this center, you are called Namasaba. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, my sister, the Minister for Public Service. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, the Honorable State for Public Service, the Honorable Members of Parliament present, the former Members of Parliament, the Chairman and members of the Uganda Wildlife Authority Board of Trustees, the Executive Director and staff of Uganda Wildlife Authority, the RTCs of this great city of Mbale, the Mbale city chairpersons and city leaders, the religious leaders present, the cultural leaders, especially the Uomukoka. I hope I said it right. And Umukuku, Miss Tourism, our UA ambassador, our development partners present, the members of the Fourth Estate, the media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Your Excellency, the Vice President, allow me to also add my voice in congratulating you upon your reappointment as the Vice President of this great republic. Our number 2, as women of this country, we are extremely proud of you. You really deserved it. And honestly speaking, you're a serious role model for the girl child of this country. Your level of humility sets the bar so high for all of us leaders. We are going to try our best to emulate your example as leaders. Your Excellency, I assumed office yesterday, and because this is Chisanja, no more sleeping, I've already set the ball rolling. And to our great people of Masaba land, Mulembe, thank you for that great name that you've given me of Namasaba. Masaba. I'll keep Honorable Nyoto close by to remind me of that great name and also for the meaning, because I'm yet to find out what the name means. I'd like to inform you that you're very lucky to be hosting this great wildlife conservation educational center. Every single district wanted to host it, including my very own district of Umpiji. Name what we say Munkwawa, and it's here. You should not take that for granted. You're the lucky ones. You may not know how many people are going to come just to visit this conservation center, or to learn, or to do internship, or to do research. So I would like to implore the people of Mbale, please make do of this great advantage. Come see the great wildlife we have. Let's train our young conservationists for the future. And also support the hotel industry that is in Mbale City. It will be unfortunate if someone is going to come from America and sleep in Mountain Elgon Hotel or Mbale Resort before you do. Yesterday when I saw Mountain Elgon Hotel, I thought for 1 minute I was in the Caribbean, because it's too beautiful, it's spotless clean. Mulye ku sente zammwe bamasaba. You come with nothing, you live with nothing. Enjoy that money before you leave this planet. Back to my speech. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you today for the official opening of Mbale Wildlife Conservation Education Center, a facility that marks another important milestone in the development of Uganda's tourism and conservation sectors. I congratulate the Uganda Wildlife Authority, the Board of Trustees, local leaders, and all stakeholders who've contributed to the establishment of this important facility. Excellency, the government of Uganda recognizes tourism as one of the country's key drivers of socio-economic transformation. Under the tenfold growth strategy championed by His Excellency the President, tourism has been identified as one of the strategic sectors that will contribute significantly towards expanding Uganda's economy. Tourism creates jobs, generates foreign exchange, stimulates investments, supports local enterprises, and contributes while simultaneously creating opportunities for tourism development and economic growth. Ladies and gentlemen, the establishment of this center is consistent with government's commitment to bringing services closer to the people as you may all be aware, Uganda had only one zoo located in Entebbe, where most of the Wananchi could access wildlife conservation education. Today we are extending services to Eastern Uganda and creating opportunities for more Ugandans to learn about, appreciate, and support wildlife conservation. I'm sure the pupils of the Eastern region no longer have to travel all the way to Entebbe because the service has been brought close to the people. This will provide conservation education to learners, support wildlife rescue and rehabilitation, promote environmental awareness, and offer recreation opportunities for families and visitors. Also serve an important platform for nurturing future conservation champions. Your Excellency, Eastern Uganda possesses enormous tourism potential. The region is endowed with unique landscapes, rich cultural heritage, and important biodiversity resources. This facility complements existing attractions in the region, strengthens Eastern Uganda's position as an important tourism destination. We expect this center to attract schools, researchers, families, tourists, and conservation enthusiasts from across the country and beyond. We expect this center and it will support hotels, restaurants, transport operators, artisans, farmers, and many other businesses that benefit from tourism. This is conservation contributes to development. This is how tourism creates opportunities, and this is how government investments translate into tangible benefits for communities. The Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities remains committed to supporting initiatives that strengthen conservation, diversify tourism products, promote domestic tourism, and expand opportunities for Ugandans to participate in the tourism economy. We are particularly encouraged by the progress that has been made following the merger of Uganda Wildlife Authority and the former Uganda Wildlife Conservation Education Center. The opening of this facility is enhancing the delivery of conservation education services while strengthening Uganda's overall conservation agenda. Your Excellency, allow me to express appreciation to the government of Uganda for the continued investment in wildlife conservation and tourism development. I also thank the Uganda Wildlife Authority Board of Trustees, management and staff for their dedication in bringing this project to fruition. I thank the leaders and people of Eastern Uganda for embracing this initiative and supporting its implementation. As government, we look forward to seeing this facility grow into a center of excellency for conservation education, tourism, recreation, and community engagement in the region. Together, we should continue investing in conservation, tourism, and environmental stewardship as foundations for sustainable development and prosperity. With those remarks, it is my honor to invite you, Your Excellency, to address us and officially open the Mbale Wildlife Conservation Education Center. And maybe after your remarks, Your Excellency, we are requesting you to cut the cake. It's already here and looking beautiful. So I want to thank you for coming, for God and my country.
Please take your seat. The Honorable Susan Nakauki, the Minister of State for Tourism, the Minister of State for Public Service, and Member of Parliament for Mbale City, Your Royal Highness Jude Mike Mudoma,
Uwec, Mama Saba, the honorable members of parliament present, the third division commander, and all the officers of the UPDF present, the RPC, and all the police officers present, the chairman and members of the Uganda Wildlife Authority Board of Trustees, the executive director, Uganda Wildlife Authority, Mr. Muzingusi, and indeed all your staff, the resident district commissioners, the RCCs, and the assistants and deputies, the district chairperson, Mbale, and the mayor of the city, and all the leaders of Mbale present, our religious leaders led by the district cadi, all development partners here present, members of the press, our LOC1 chairman, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Murembe Bamasaba. Muriela Bamasaba. Allow me to start by making a few remarks on messages that have already been articulated. Firstly, to appreciate the message that was presented by His Royal Highness. And assure him that the service delivery component of your message will be delivered to the highest office, and that is the office of His Excellency the President. And we, the leaders here, will commit to ensure that the responses are disseminated to Bamasaba. Secondly, to thank you, all the people of Mbale and the Greater Bamasaba, for the prayers you extended to Uwec. Thank you for extending prayers to Uwec. Because of those prayers, we were re-elected as members of cabinet. And the new members of cabinet were also appointed, including the Honorable Lydia Wanyote, our own daughter, and the Honorable Susan Nakauki. We request you to continue praying for us to serve diligently to the expectations of the appointing authority, but most importantly, to the expectations of all the people of Uganda. It is indeed true that I have been here many times for different ceremonies. And again today, wanted me, after swearing in as Vice President, to celebrate my first ceremony here in Bamasaba. This is
is the first ceremony which I'm attending officially since I was re-elected for the second time as Vice President. I see it as a very big blessing and a very strong sign of the connection between me and you, the people of Bamasaba. Thank you for the warm welcome you have always accorded to me when I visit this area, and also the very warm welcome you have extended to me this morning. The members of Parliament raised very strong points on tourism roads, reinforcing the recruitment of tour guides when the occasion demands for the young people around this area, and the demarcation of the game reserve to be expeditiously handled and harmoniously, among other points which they raised. And the solutions will be carefully identified and will be shared with you in due course. The Honorable Lydia Wanyoto, the Member of Parliament for this city and Minister of State for Public Service, also raised very fundamental points, including the land compensation, which she appreciates, but looks forward to logical conclusion of the process. She also raised the issue of the public university for this region and the Skills Development Center to empower the youth with skills to arm them for the world of work, and the general infrastructure for the region. I would like to assure you, my sister, that all these issues will also be relayed to the appointing authority, and we shall discuss them together and return the decisions that will be taken by government to all the people here. I thank the members of Parliament who joined the thing, and you are now on the other side where there are animals. Monkeys came and picked the crucifix from the hand of my child. They just picked. They picked the crucifix which he was eating, and they ran away with the crucifix. So the child was so terrified. She did not know that monkeys can eat the same food which people also eat. We had to give a counselor to settle her, the child. She was so terrified and scared. So when you bring children here, there are new things which they learn, which will help them in their development. There's a difference between watching them on the screen and also seeing them physically. The significance of this center, therefore, extends beyond conservation education. It strengthens efforts to promote domestic tourism, diversifies tourism products in Eastern Uganda, and supports environmental stewardship, and creates opportunities for communities to participate more meaningfully in the tourism economy. I am particularly pleased that this facility has been established in Eastern Uganda, a region endowed with remarkable tourism attractions, rich cultural heritage, and vibrant communities. I am reliably briefed that the location of this tourism site was strategically mapped, because from here there is a cultural site for Mbale, from a very short distance from here. So when the tourist comes to see animals or wildlife, and they are also briefed that there is that site just next door, they will be persuaded to visit both sites. And that means a lot to the cultural institution of the Bamasaba. Together with attractions such as Mount Elgon National Park, this center will enrich the region's tourism offering and contribute to increased visitor numbers, longer visitor stays, and greater economic benefits for local communities. Bearing in mind that here in Bamasaba, the temperatures and the climates are always very favorable to all tourists who come here. I am very surprised today that it is a little hot. I've never been into Bamasaba and finding it hot like this. I think that the technical teams here want to keep the animals in their cages because animals don't like to walk when it is hot. But the climate here and the temperatures are very favorable for any tourists. The government remains committed to ensuring that tourism growth translates into tangible benefits for the people. Facilities such as this create employment opportunities, as I have said, stimulate demand for local goods and services, and contribute to the development of enterprises that support tourism and conservation. I call upon the managers of this institution to ensure that all the food supplied to animals and other components needed in this institution are sourced locally here from the neighboring villages or from Bamasaba. So that the meaningful, the impact of the economy of this region is realized through this institution. The government remains committed to ensuring that tourism growth translates into tangible benefits for the people. I also wish to commend Uganda Wildlife Authority for the progress it continues to make in wildlife conservation, community engagement, tourism development, and conservation education. One time I tried to keep ostriches as an ostrich farmer, but when I failed, I invited Uganda Wildlife Authority and I gave them all the ostriches. I told them that when I'm ready to open an ostrich farm, they will give me technical support. They have reminded me today again that, are you ready now to open an ostrich farm? Because for them, they are ready to give me support. I want to encourage them to continue that tourism, domestic tourism of having farmers keep those animals which are permitted under the Act, because it boosts tourism across the region. So I want to say to them that I'm now ready again to open the ostrich farm. How did I fail? When I called them that, what's wrong with these ostriches? Now the ostriches are very wild. Because I wanted to be an ostrich farmer then. Then they told me, the land where you have put the ostriches is very small. And ostriches are very secretive when it comes to producing, mating, when it comes to mating. So now they have reached that level and now they don't see any privacy. That's why they are wild. So when I asked them for the solution, they told me that they need to be taken to a place which has which can provide them privacy. So I told them at that time I was not ready to get that big piece of land which has a lot of trees and very cool. So I gave them all the ostriches. And they took the ostriches very happily. So if you are out there and you feel like becoming a farmer of the wild animals, the law allows, but consult them first and work with them, because I was keeping them, but they used to visit me to ensure that I don't eat them. Because for them, it's conservation and conservation and conservation. The successful establishment of this center demonstrates the institution's commitment to expanding conservation education services and strengthening public participation in conservation. So, Your Royal Highness, the issue of connecting this center to the communities is already guaranteed. There is no worry about that. I further commend the Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, specifically my sister here, who has set the ball rolling. Kisanja no more snoring, Kisanja no more sleeping. Just the few days after her swearing in, she has already opened the Wildlife Center. What a hard-working minister. I thank local leaders, development partners, and the people of Bamasaba and Eastern Uganda in general, whose support contributed to the realization of this important project. Ladies and gentlemen, the future of wildlife conservation will depend not only on what happens within our protected areas, but also on the extent to which citizens understand, appreciate, and support conservation efforts. Building that understanding requires continuous investment in education, awareness, and public engagement. And this is where the members of the media come in handy. You are always in your studios, day in, day out. Please support us to advocate for the people of Uganda and Eastern Uganda to understand the objectives with which this institution has been established here. This center provides an important platform for achieving those objectives. It will inspire young people, strengthen community appreciation of wildlife, and contribute to the long-term sustainability of Uganda's tourism and conservation sectors. It is indeed, therefore, my hope that this facility will serve generations of Ugandans and become a center of excellence for conservation, education, research, recreation, and public awareness. And with these few remarks, I now officially declare the Mbale Wildlife Conservation Education Center open. I have said all this for God and my country, and I thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Vice President. Now we invite you. You'll be joined by the people in the tent to cut this cake. The band should get ready for the anthems in reverse order after the Vice President has cut the cake. Yes, I think we are going to count from 7 for obvious reasons. We shall do 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The cake is ready for eating. And we are going to ask Her Excellency and team. Yes, they are going to cut and serve everyone. So we are asking Your Excellency and team to get back to the tent to get ready for the anthems. We would like to thank you very much, Your Excellency, for honoring the invitation and being with us. I've been the Director of Ceremonies today. My name is Assistant Commissioner Bashir Handi. I'm the Head of Communication at Uganda Wildlife Authority. Thank you. Let's get ready for the anthems, ladies and gentlemen. In reverse order. Yeah, as the Vice President exits, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to inform you that we have served lunch. We have 3 serving centers here. One serving center, we are all VIPs, so we have 3 serving centers. We have one serving center near the entrance to the building. And then we have another serving center behind, also closer for VIPs, and another one for school children. So we are all VIPs, and I request you that we be very organized and more orderly as we go to these service centers. Yes, we have 3 service centers for lunch. One is as we enter the building, the offices. Another 2 are behind on the side, behind the stage. One is for adults, another one is for children. So you are all invited to have lunch with us. Thank you very much. We continue to serve. We are going to continue to have entertainment as we have lunch. We have a lot of entertainment. So please, hang around. You are still our guests. Thank you.
Ushers, direct that traffic that is headed there now to this other point. All the school kids in uniform should be using the first tent, not the second tent. Catering services, school, the learners in uniform should strictly be using the first tent, and the teachers and other adults the alternative tent. We still have opportunity for performances. The long line that is formed at the serving point near the building should not be there. All the ones who are up there come, there's a shorter line behind here. Ushers, guide our community members. Mr. Paulo Masaba, your Lumasaba needs to be used now. Afande Mukisa, guide Afande Mukisa, guide the community members who are serving at the point near your office. Drive the traffic to this point. The tent for school groups is the first one near the truck. The second tent closest to the platform is for teachers and other community adults. The other VVIPs, you know where to go, and I'm sure you are catered for already.
they tell a tale where stories rise like the morning gale. Market stalls and a beating heart, Lyra cities where the dreams all start. A sky so wide, it's an endless blue. The fields so green, they're calling you. Drums, they echo through the town tonight. Lyra city shining like the northern light. Boda, bodas weave through the street. Life's a rhythm you feel in your feet. Neighbors smile, they always greet. Under the sun where hearts compete. From the riverbanks to the sacred trees, the city hums with endless harmonies. Dreams are sown where the stars convene. Lyra's legacy lives unseen. Kids are laughing, their spirits free, chasing joy like birds through the breeze. The elders